Hello and happy Tuesday. My name is Wendy Lee and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the US and excited that you're joining me today in the studio. I'm a few minutes late, had a little bit of technical difficulties, but we've gotten it all worked out now, hopefully. We'll see. Internet's been a little odd today, so we'll see how things go and hopefully I will stay connected with you today. So what do I have for us today? We are going to do what I think is a gorgeous collage card today. I love a collage card. Do you like them? Yes? No? All right. Here's what we're going to do. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So we are featuring a few different products. I'll tell you about that in a moment when we switch over and start our paper crafting. You might notice some projects hanging behind me. Those are a sneak peek of some of the gorgeous projects that we will be making as part of our Blue Ridge Stampin' Escape, our next one. So some of you have participated with us before. I hope you will come back and join us again. And if you've not tried it out, come on. Dana and I have a lot of fun with you. This is a full day retreat in a box, basically. We mail a kit out to you that has all your goodies in it. There's 12 projects. You're going to get a PDF and video tutorials for each project, and we do it in a private Facebook group for a day of fun, right? Now, you don't have to participate in that if you don't want to, but there's opportunities for some bonus lives with some additional projects, some bingo, some mystery stamping, and of course, opportunities to earn prizes, right? We want to give away some prizes. So we have a lot of fun and the projects are awesome. There's also a bonus class that you could choose to add if you'd like to. So registration for that will be added in to the video description. So you'll just expand it, do the see more, and you'll be able to see all that information. That is a $99 event. There is a $40 class option add-on if you'd like to do that. There's also an option to add on the Beauty of Tomorrow stamp and die bundle if you'd like to. It's not required, but if you want to add it, you can. So, all right, so that's coming up. So this project that we're featuring today, I'm going to pull in that stamp set so you can see just a little bit about that, and we'll switch to that in a moment. I also wanted to remind you, we're in our last 2 weeks of celebration. Oh, so sad when that's going to go away. So during celebration, you got a free product for every $50 that you spend before shipping and tax with me. And there's some good choices. And I'm going to show you one of my favorite papers today as we go through this. This also means there's only 2 weeks left to join my team and take advantage of the extra free bundle in your starter kit. So our starter kit is $99. It is a fabulous deal anytime. It's $125 in product you get to choose for your $99. And your shipping is free, which is great. That saves you 10% alone. And then they're throwing in an extra bundle. It's great. So if you've got questions, let me know. I'd be happy to help get you started as a diamond. Yay! They get lots of good perks from me. And it's a great team of people. So anyway, you wouldn't want to miss that. Let's go ahead and switch over. I also want to tell you about the Makers Mojo event, but I'll do that while we're crafting a little bit. Let's go ahead and switch over and get started. Make sure I'm in the right place. Hopefully. We'll see, right? Oh no, my camera is crooked. All right. Let me fix that and see if we can get that going properly. Try that again. I didn't want to make it so that you had to see that. Better? Yay! I did not want to make you nauseous by doing that on screen. I've done that before. Not always a good thing to do to you guys, right? All right, so this is what we're featuring is this Beauty of Tomorrow stamp set. So again, this is the product suite that we are featuring as part of our Blue Ridge Stampin' Escape. So it's called Beautiful Tomorrow, I think is the name of our escape. And so there's some really great sentiments. I love the fonts in here. Just some really nice choices. So we're going to show you some fun techniques and folds and 3D projects and all kinds of great stuff to do with this. So hopefully you will decide to join us. All right. I'm also pulling in for today's project the Meadows dies. Love, 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 love the Meadows dies. So let me bring in the card again so you can see it. So we've got lots of great elements behind our focal point here. And I've used several different papers and textures and all kinds of good stuff. Oh, good. I'm starting to finally see comments. Hey, Jennifer, Mary, Barbara, Jean, I was hiding again. Yes, I know. Good morning or good afternoon, right? It's lunch for some of us. It's early morning for some of us. It might be late night for some of you. I'm not sure where everybody is watching from. But hello, everyone, and I do appreciate you watching with me. Don't forget, if you're enjoying the videos, that you share these with your crafty friends. I appreciate the support in doing so. And if you're watching the replay on YouTube, I'd love for you to subscribe to my channel. I'm super close to having 1,000 subscribers. Oh, finally. Hey, Miss Glenda, so glad you're joining me today as well. So anyway, this has so much great texture, and I love all the different papers and the die cuts from the Meadows die. So these combine really, really nicely. So that's what we're doing today. All right, so let's get started. Now, I normally will die cut everything up front, and I did die cut, but what I didn't do was texture this background. And I don't know if you can tell, I've only textured a portion of it. So I didn't do the whole front of the card. So I'm going to show you how I did that. I don't think it's difficult, but I had some questions. So I thought I would go ahead and show that to you guys. All right, I'm going to move this aside. I'm going to start with my card base, which is actually kind of undercut here. So let me show you that again. So I've got the base here, and then I've got a piece behind it. So just changing it up a little bit. So I believe this was 4 by 10.5. I will make sure I go back and add in the complete supply list so you guys can purchase. You know, I want you to be able to order anything that you need. So you can order the supplies that you might not have and that you want. And then I'll also have the cut dimensions so that you can recreate this on your own as well. All right. So we folded this layer in half. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and hopefully this all fits in here. So I got to use the Big Daddy. So love that this folds up. If you guys didn't know it did this, and hopefully I can be in camera. Not sure how well this is going to work. I may have to go sideways. Like I said, I don't normally do this in camera. So I'm going to pull in my platform. And of course, I love our new system where it's got the numbers that tells me exactly what I need to do. So I'm going to put my platform down. I am using the 3D Time-Worn Textures embossing folder. Love, 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 love this embossing folder. And I'm going to take the front of my card base and I want to slide it in my folder, but I want it at an angle, right? So I don't want to do the whole thing, and I kind of want it at an angle. So because this is a wide folder and I'm dealing with a long piece versus a small layer, I'm just going to fold it back in half. So you can see I've got half my card underneath the folder, half the card is on top. And again, I've got it angled a little bit because I don't want to emboss the whole layer. I think that's kind of cool. All right, so we're going to slide that right on our plate as well. And then we've got to use plate number 4, since this is a 3D embossing folder, for our top plate. Now, let's see if I can get this going and can do this on camera. I got to move it over a little bit. I'm going to hit my other screen. So we'll just crank this through. Da, da, da. I'm shaking the table. Hopefully no one's getting nauseous. Pull all this out. All right, let's go ahead and fold this up and put it away. This is where the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine is very handy. However, this particular folder that I chose to use is too wide, so you can't do that. All right, so now you can kind of see, hopefully you guys can see that. My shadows are a little crazy today. So you can see that great texture, and I've only got it going up part of the way. All right, just to change it up. Do you have to do it that way? No. You can do what makes you happy, right? That's what's important. All right, so let's bring in the splatter image from our stamp set. And I'm going to bring in a scrap piece of paper. Looks like it's one I've used before. I just slide that under my layer. And I'm going to stamp off. So what that means is I'm going to ink up my stamped image, and then I'm going to stamp off on my scrap paper first and then onto my card. Because I want this to be super subtle. So I'm just going to randomly stamp a little bit of splatter, give it a little texture back here, a little additional texture, I should say. That one I didn't stamp up on, did I? Did you catch me? I missed it. Oh, that one I did full strength too. Well, I'm not intending to do that. All right. So I've got my splatter randomly all over my card front here. Now next, I want to add some additional splatter. So this is kind of fun. So I've got my Crumb Cake and my soft suede blends, and I've chosen the dark blend for each one of these. I think it depends on how new or well-loved your blends are, right? So when they're brand new, you can do this technique super easy. A lot of ink will come out. If they're a little older or well-loved, whichever way you want to say it, you might have a little difficulty getting the ink to come out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the lid off the brush end, right? You need that. I think it works best. And I'm going to take my bone folder and I'm going to tap. I'm just going to move it around. What's happening, and it's super hard to see on video, is I'm getting a little bit of splatters on my layer here. I'm going to do this also with the soft suede. This just gives me a couple of depths of color here. My blends are very well loved, so I don't get a ton of splatter. All right, I'm going to stop there. I'm getting more on my hands than I am, I think, on my paper, which happens as well. So again, it's a nice subtle look. I don't even know if you guys can see it. Just a little bit of fleck. So you can see those little flecks in there. So it just adds a little texture. You see a little bit on my scrap paper here, maybe a little bit more, but I love it. Adds a nice texture. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to stamp my sentiment before I embossed. I knew I was going to do that. Darn. Okay, we're going to see if we can make it work. I should have stamped here before I added the texture to this. But we're going to try it. It might work still. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But maybe we'll cover it up. Right? All right, let me check and see if this is straight. I did not check to make sure that this was straight on my block. So let's do that. I got one of the sentiments from the stamp set. Not too crooked, but not too straight either. We'll see what happens. All right. So I'm going to stamp this right on, and I'm going to use a little extra pressure. Hopefully this works. Not the greatest I could have done. Maybe I'll stamp it on another piece and pop it up on there. We'll see what happens as we go. But yes, you should stamp and then add the texture. It looks so much better when you do that. Yeah, Glenda, you're laughing at me. Yeah, I know. Don't we do that all the time in our paper crafting, make mistakes like that? It's okay, I guess is the point I want to make, is that if that happens, then why not just put a sentiment on top? Although it kind of looks like an old typewriter to me, kind of fading in and out like that. And you can still see what it was trying to say. I'm here for you. I think so. So we'll see. We'll see how my mood is at the end. All right. So I think next I'm going to go ahead and bring in my back of my card base. So, just changing this up a little bit. So this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And we're just going to go ahead and adhere this down with our Stampin' Seal. Oh, did you see that? I just totally ripped my cardstock. So the seal is super, super sticky. And every once in a while, I find that it will pick up the cardstock and tear it. Isn't that crazy? I love that it's that sticky though. So it was fine. I was able to fix it. All right, beautiful. I think so. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to bring in our silicone craft sheet. And let's pull out all of our fabulous little die cuts that we've done. So I did do these ahead of time. So I've got one in Blackberry Bliss, which is one of my favorite colors. I just love that color. And I used this die here to cut that out. Okay. And then we've got 2 pieces that I cut out with the Cork paper. Have you guys seen this yet? Oh, it's so cool. And I think I used this die here. So I cut out 2 of them. Let me see if I can bring in that Cork paper. It might leave too big of a glare, but hopefully, is that not the coolest? It's really neat. Granted, you can tell I've cut into mine a lot, but it is it's kind of a neat hand to it. It's got a little rubbery feel, kind of like cork, right? But it's super thin paper. Cuts really nice. And I think it just adds a really neat texture to it. So glad someone else is having difficulty. No, Mary, it happens to me all the time. You know, all these lovely happy accidents that we have with our crafting sometimes produces some of the best projects. But yes, we all make mistakes when we're crafting. We think we're going to do something and then we're like, oops, forgot to do that. So we'll have to work on that and change that up a little bit, right? So no worries. Everybody has that happen to them. All right. A little bit of Bedazzle paper. If you guys played with the Bedazzle paper yet? Oh, so this is one of your free celebration items. And at first I was like, oh, okay, it's kind of cool, but I don't really need it. Oh my gosh, I love this. This is the best. So, and I love using it in little pieces, just a surprise element. It adds a super cool sparkle. See how great that is, that sparkle peeking out in the back? Love it, love it, love it. All right, so let's go ahead and get these little elements down first. So I've got my silicone craft sheet. Let's bring in my liquid glue. This would be a good time if you wanted to, that you could use a sponge dauber, like put a little glue and use a sponge dauber to put these down. We could have put adhesive sheet on the back as well if you wanted to. I decided I wasn't going to mess with that. I don't worry about these being tacked down 100%. You know what I mean? I like it when it leaves a little bit of chance for it to pull up a little. I don't think that hurts anything. So we're going to lay down this first little cork piece. Nice. And I didn't put any down here on this stem. I'm going to just let it be and see what happens as we go. Now this one here, I think I'm going to clip this one off because I want it to be shorter. And I'm going to have it kind of stick out this way, but I don't want to see that stem down low. So I'm going to clip that off. And then let's put a little bit of liquid glue on the back of this, just a few dots here and there. Again, I don't need a ton of adhesive on here, just enough to tack it down. All righty. And so I'm just going to have it coming. We'll go right there. That's a best guess, right? Doesn't have to be so structured. So with collage cards, the thing I found, I've already got a sample I'm looking at, right? But I'm finding when I'm designing a collage card, the best trick I can tell you is to cut out all your pieces, lay them out, get them where you want them to be. And then before you lift them up to assemble, take a quick picture with your phone, right? That way you have your sample already ready for you. And then you pull off all your pieces and you can assemble them. I think I want that down here too. I don't think I have to clip that off. I might. We'll see what happens. It's right at the bottom edge, so I think I'm okay, but we'll see what happens as we go. All right, and then let's add a little bit of adhesive to this Blackberry Bliss. Yeah, I've been playing so much with this suite recently. You might have seen some of my posts I've done. I've done some blog hops and some other things. I've got some projects for the next month's exclusive project tutorials. So if you're on my newsletter, if you subscribe to my blog or my newsletter, I send out a new tutorial bundle every month, and there's a team of us that do projects and put that together. So I used these products again from the Blackberry Beauty Blackberry Beauty product suite on that project as well. I can't show that one to you. I'm not allowed to. It's exclusive. But if you want to see it next month, be sure that if you're not already on my email list, that you subscribe, and then you'll get it for free. Yay! All right, I don't think I put any adhesive right there. I'm not going to worry about that. It's looking pretty cute. I hope you guys like it so far. All right, so let's take a little bit of this super cool gold ribbon. I forgot to look. Last I looked, this was actually not orderable. Everybody's dealing with this lovely shipping and product availability issues that COVID has impacted on all of us. And Stampin' Up, I think, is doing a pretty darn good job of getting us products best to their ability. Yes, there's a lot of things that continue to go on back order, but they're doing a decent job, or actually a pretty good job of getting us a lot of good products. So little patience, maybe a little more patience than we would like to have, but it will be available again soon. I believe it's in the next week or so. We should be able to order this lovely ribbon again. All right, so I've just tied a length of the linen thread around it, and I'm going to tie a big bow. Oh, somebody asked me the other day after last week to show my bows. So I usually leave it on the spool. You can cut it off if you want, and actually let's go ahead and cut it off. You can measure it out. I'll have a measurement for you, but you know, whatever makes you happy. But I find when I tie bows that I do best with 2 loops. Now, this is maybe not the easiest one to show you on since I have it tied around another ribbon, but I make my 2 loops and I crisscross them and pull that. Now, that's not the most fabulous bow you've ever seen, is it? So if you hold the knot, and of course, a twine or a thread is going to give you a little more problem than a regular ribbon because it likes to twist, but you just hold the knot by putting your finger on it, and you can pull those legs, and that allows you to keep that somewhat tight and pull on the bow, which kind of lets you play with it a little bit to get it what you want it to be. So I think that's looking pretty darn good because I want that nice big loose bow versus the, you know, the little bitty baby bow that I normally do. So I'm going to go with that because I'm going to just lay this right here on the front. I'm going to glue dot that down. I might cut this end off in a little bit. We'll see what I think. It's available October 4th. Oh, so it moved out again. Well loved as opposed to old running out. Yes, right? I think so, Jean. I like to call it well loved versus old. I'm well loved, right? I'm one of those. My body falls into that category, I think, as well. All right, so I'm gonna put a couple of glue dots on the back of this just to kind of hold that in place. So yeah, it's a bummer that the ribbon was pushed out to October 4th. Last time I looked, it was going to be late September. But you know, it is what it is. We will order it when we can again. So if you have a stash of it, use it. It's fabulous. And you could substitute something else. I should have looked this morning and changed this sample out, but I didn't. So we're just going to deal with it. Let me clip those off. It's a little longer than I would like that to be. All right, so that's just a little ribbon attached. And again, you could use any ribbon you want to use. Next, I am going to bring in the Brilliant Wings die. So this is a large die set. So you've got your detailed dies as well as your open dies. And I used this small detailed butterfly here, and I cut out some pale papaya cardstock just to give me a nice little finish to the front of this. So we could stop here for sure, and it looks cute. But I think, sorry, I'm picking out that little piece that I didn't get out with the die. I'm thinking that once you add this, it just adds a whole nother element of coolness to it, right? So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to get some more glue dots out, or as I like to call them, boogers. I know, it's terrible. All righty, perfect. Yeah, when I realized I was having technical difficulties is when I went to open the website to see when the ribbon would be available. And I thought about changing it out, but I didn't. All right, I'm going to give that a really good push right there and get that glue dot really smushed down on the back of that so it adheres to that ribbon nicely. How cool, right? All right, let's give it a little bling. Why not? Pull in our metallic dots, brushed metallic dots. These are awesome. So there's 3 finishes. I like them all. I'm going to use this duller, I guess, is the right. I'm sure there's a color name that I've missed somewhere. So you can use big ones, little ones, a combination. On my original, I used all big ones. This one, I'm going to mix it. So I'll put a couple there. And then let's add another one over here. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I love that. All right, now let's finish the inside. So I kept the inside simple. So let's show you. It's just a basic white layer, and I added the sentiment right to it. I know this is a difficult day. So you could use this for so many things. Just to let somebody know you're thinking about them. You know, do you know anybody that hasn't left their house since COVID started? Oh, yeah. So it's sad. It's sad, but you know, we need to reach out to our friends and family and let them know we're thinking about them. And we wish them the best. And this is a great card to do that with. All right, there's my white layer, and we'll see how straight this is. Although I love that this font is very forgiving. All right, so let's go ahead and adhere this right inside our card base with some Stampin' Seal here. Or whatever your favorite adhesive is. Put that right down in there. Nice. I hope you guys love it. Super cool. So you could use this for a birthday, an anniversary, a get well. I think that this layout works for just anything. Oh, good. You guys like the, you like this one? Good, 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 good. Yay, I love it. Good, good, good. I'm so glad you guys like it. Yeah, it's so fun just to give this a try, right? Does this bother you that the stamp didn't do well? You guys know why it didn't, but I didn't know if it does bother you. So you see my one that was more corrected, I guess you could say. Yes. All right. Oh, so I promised I would tell you a little bit about Maker's Mojo. So Maker's Mojo registration just opened. And that is an event that I partner with my friend Melissa Kerman. She is the ringleader. And this time we have Anne-Marie Heil and Gloria Plunkett joining us. So we've got a group of 5 presenters this time. So one more than we had last time. So we've got all kinds of great things ready for you guys. And we are holding this as a special event for World Card Making Day. So World Card Making Day is October 2nd. And so it's going to be an all day of fun, right? We're going to do live video presentations every hour. I think there's 10 total presentations. We've got some extra special prizes and bingo and some additional extra things that we're going to do just to celebrate World Card Making Day, because we want to make it lots and lots of fun for everybody. So a few things are changed up from in the past. So if you've participated with us before, hopefully you will join us again, and we'll like some of the things that we're doing this time to add a little more fun into the event for the day to celebrate World Card Making Day, right? We all have to be making some cards. And we do have a special price for our team members, so where they can earn the event at a greatly reduced price. So if you want to join my team, come on. We'd be glad to have you. You can come to Maker's Mojo with us too. All right. I hope you guys love this, and we'll give this one a try. If you have any questions, let me know. Oh, I see Susan. Cork the long way or the short way. It doesn't matter. This particular one, I actually cut it. Let me pull out my piece so you can see exactly what I did. I'll pull it right out of the pack. But I cut the cork in both directions. I think it just depends on the minute and what you want to do, right? So in this one right here, so when I cut these two out, you can see my grain and my cork is going, you know, like the strips of the cork are laid out this way, right? And so I cut them along that way. But I've had some other shapes. So like here, I've got a heart that I cut it across. And then I've got a circle I've done that I've oriented different ways on my paper as well. I think the other ones I've thrown away, but yeah, I've been moving it around just depending on the orientation and the look I'm wanting. You know, because you've got these great lines going down. So if I'm doing a bigger image, I might do it across. And if I'm doing a skinnier image, I might do it this way. It really just depends on what you're cutting and what look you're going for. So I think you can use it either way is what I'm trying to say. Obviously not super well, but I hope that answers your question. Yes, but yeah, it's super lightweight. Look at that. And it's you know, it's thin. I'd say it's almost like the weight of a computer paper, maybe slightly more than a computer paper, but it's super lightweight. Okay. Easy to use. I find it's easy to use, and it adds a really nice texture to it. So yes. Oh, good. That did answer your question. Perfect. Perfect. All right. Thank you all for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. And I will see you all next Tuesday for another fun project. Yes? All right. Thanks again. Bye for now.